This morning, we are getting a firsthand perspective on a video showing shots fired outside of a College Park Burger King. People are sharing this video all over social media right now. Take a look at the moments leading up to it.
I'm trying to get mine. I'm getting it out.
This morning, we're hearing from the person who recorded it at the location on Old National Highway. He says it all started after somebody said their burger was taking too long.
I've seen a lot of stuff in my life. I never seen nobody want to do something to somebody over a burger. I'm glad he was not a good shooter.
Fortunately, nobody was hurt. We've reached out to the College Park Police Department about next steps in this case.
I got another video I want to share. Silly shit, man.
Killed on the job. A mother of 6, a McDonald's manager, stabbed to death during her shift. This is a story that has shaken our entire community. Thank you for joining us. I'm Simon Shayket.
And I'm Carolyn Clifford. Our hearts are heavy as we think about the family and friends of 39-year-old Jennifer Harris.
Loved ones left searching for answers. They tell us Jennifer was kind, hardworking, deeply loved. This tragedy started when Harris reportedly sent an employee home early, and that worker allegedly came back and attacked her.
Just hard to believe it happened at 9 Mile and Schroeder in East Point. 7 News reporter Ruta Olsanaida is speaking with the family tonight about their devastating loss and the terrifying moments that changed everything.
39-year-old Jennifer "Jamma" Harris went to work at this East Point McDonald's every single day to support her family, and they say she did not deserve this.
Why take our mama from us? You knew he loved each other.
It is absolute heartbreak for the family of Jennifer Harris, a 15-year employee of McDonald's and the manager here in East Point. They all gathered at the very spot she lost her life Thursday morning. Police say it was a senseless act caused by a simple argument.
There was a dispute between 2 co-workers, and one co-worker was sent home as a result of the dispute.
That co-worker, a 26-year-old East Point resident, then allegedly returned hours later with a kitchen knife and stabbed Jennifer multiple times. A customer and licensed CPL holder, noticing the violence, fired a single shot into the air to put an end to what he was seeing.
Nobody was hit by the gunshot, but it did stop the assault. The suspect dropped the knife and started running away from the location.
That Good Samaritan then detained the suspect before she could get far until police arrived and took her into custody. Jennifer was rushed to a local hospital but died due to her injuries. Neighbors say they sometimes hear arguments at this McDonald's, but never anything like this.
Goodness, I don't even know what to think, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's just sad all around. You don't want to see this.
The loving mother leaves behind her 6 children who say they used to visit both their mom and the suspect at work and are confused to why the violence had to escalate this far.
We would come up here. We met her co-workers. We met the lady and everything. I don't understand why she had to kill her.
We reached out to the owner of this McDonald's, who told us in part, quote, "Violence of any kind is unacceptable in my restaurants, and we are taking this matter extremely seriously." Meanwhile, the family says Jennifer will be remembered as selfless and kind, her memory never forgotten.
My mama, she woke up every day and went to work for us. My mama died trying to take care of us.
Anyone who witnessed this incident is asked to call East Point Police. Meanwhile, this case has already been sent to the Macomb County Prosecutor's Office for review. In East Point, I'm Ruta Olsanaida, 7 News Detroit.
Oh, our thoughts and prayers go out to that whole family,
Yes.
especially to her 6 children, for sure. I got Sue.
This is the devil who actually did it. But let me start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone for teaching me this truth. It's your brother Rabbi Knapp coming out with a lesson. Lord's will set a fine to the Lord's elect. Now, this is the demon that killed the mother at McDonald's, but before that, I showed a video of someone getting shot over a burger. I believe that was at Burger King. So this is the times that we're in. You got to stay away from these demons, man. These dyed hair demons, they got all types of chemicals in their head. The weaves got carcinogens in it. Man, they're fucked. They're just fucked, man. In their heads, their minds, their spirit is off. You don't want to get caught in in the drive-through of a McDonald's in these last days, man. First of all, I wouldn't even be eating that shit. Okay, if you know what I know, I would be trying to refrain from eating fast food. It's better to just, we're gonna eat our bread defiled amongst the Gentiles, but you can go to the supermarket and buy and prepare your own food. These devils are putting all types of shit in your food, man. This is not happen by coincidence. Okay, especially if you in that environment, you cooking, you inhaling all the fumes all damn day. That shit ain't good for your brain, man. I can only imagine what type of shit, that's really in that food. That's why it's best that you just, even the food we eat probably is already lab grown. Who knows, man? And people eat that shit. The lines are always packed, So I'm just gonna keep going. Then I'm gonna bring up some precepts and I'm gonna end it. I'm not gonna make this long as well.
Home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. This isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in the store, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect.
And look at the anger management skills that she has. She thinks it was in order to vent her opinion about the situation. She went to social media, and who knows what type of things were being said to her on that, on social media. Social media is, and she's young, just bugged out, man. You can see it in her eyes. She just out of here, man. When you see people like this, especially with you can tell where they're at, man. They got all different. A lot of them are different. They taking testosterone and shit. Just all types of stuff, man. You got to know what type of time that we're in.
And it isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got shit I got to take care of. And she keeps sending me home early. It's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps sending her little racial shit. And then throughout the day, she keeps on, like, putting negative energy in the air, talking about people, gossiping about people. It's not funny, man. Gonna have to stop. She's a bully. I'm telling.
And don't get me wrong, man. A lot of these jobs are super toxic. It's all demonic, man. The customers that go there, the way people don't even, that's why you got to watch out. You buying ice cream from these places, the reason I say this because a family died they just went and ordered some ice cream. They weren't even cleaning the machine, properly. So even though a bunch of people are there, they're working, they're not even fulfilling the simple tasks. Sometimes you go into these restaurants to just use the bathroom. The bathroom's just disgusting. There's no soap in the the soap dispensers. You got to pay attention to all this stuff, man. It's a sign that this is not where you should be eating your food. We need to be, this is the time where we should be preparing our own food, man. Going back to the old ways as much as we can. Now, we can't go back to slaughtering our animal and all of that, but at least cooking our food, at least that, man. You don't know what type of shit this devil got in the food. As a matter of fact, in that movie, they cloned Tyrone. They were eating the meat and they were giggling and doing they showing you they putting shit in the hair grease, all this shit, man. We want to go to the most natural as we possibly can. Refrain from drinking the sodas, the all this shit, man. The energy drinks give you like blood cancer or some shit like that, man. Just all of this shit, man. Don't think your body ain't fighting, man. It's fighting, and it can make you think it's somebody that it's not. These are demons. Got parasites in our bodies, man. This is the time that we're in. We gotta walk circumspectly. And I'm gonna grab that. I just want to finish what she was saying though.
You, she's a bully. She brings a lot of negative energy in there. She always panic when there's a lot going on, and then she.
And you know the so-called black woman. She got 6 kids. Don't think she's not giving off some type of energy too. Not to say she deserved what she did, but the Lord God's spirit's created for vengeance, man. You gotta be. Man, a lot of you women need to seek the Lord because it's gonna get worse than this. This is a low level demon. You know, Esau is the real damn devil. But you gotta have to understand the times that we living in. This ain't the time to be. You gotta walk circumspectly, man. Sending people home, in this environment, it's tough. It's tough. Not to say there's a way you gotta do things.
Try to manipulate that and make it seem like we ain't doing something right, but we are working really hard and doing great. It's just the fact that she panicked, and I caught her a few times making a mistake, and she tried to hurry up and play it off. Nobody's perfect. It's God knows it happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, somebody might get confused. So it gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she don't be making mistakes. I be catching her. So all that animosity and that she keep putting in the air and stuff, then trying to tell me, I'm always snapping on people. No, that's false. No, I don't snap on people. I don't go in there doing that. I tell her, no, I make peace. That's what I'm doing. I've been creating peace. So all that negative energy that she's bringing in there and trying to manipulate it, no, that's going to stop.
Even that negative energy, a lot of these women be believing in all types of weird madness. The stars, and they're into some shit that's not biblical. They're demons. Okay. In her eyes, she's cold, man. I don't know, something about maybe I'm overanalyzing, but because you know what she did, and clearly she's mad. But to see what she did after she made this video, to go in there and do this, man, shows you that people are not right in their heads, man. She wasn't right in her head.
All that negative she's saying about her personal life,
she
all of
got a
that. No,
sticker on her face, man. Like, I don't know, is that a style or something? Like, it's kind of weird because this new generation, you don't know what the fuck is cool, man. The hair, the stickers on the face, it's saying a lot, man. People typically, if you had the proper anger management skills, you just leave a job like that, man. You just walk out, man. Fuck this job. Nah, man, I'm gonna come back, and like, this is her life. She don't see no future, man. This is what the scriptures talk about in Ecclesiastes, the 10th chapter, where the windows are darkened. Yeah, you don't see no future. You don't see no other option but McDonald's. And that's the only way you could see. You probably, I'm gonna come up the ladder, probably envy her position, that covetous spirit. Oh, I should be the manager. I can do better than her. And just a multitude of all different types of ideologies, philosophies, and shit like that will equate to doing something like this, killing somebody.
She's bringing all of that in there and then playing games saying she want to take her belt off and beat somebody. Y'all act like my kids in here. No, we ain't your kids. Respect us. Stop talking to us like that. That's
and you pay attention to that too. That's one thing black women like to do. They like to talk down on you, like everyone, like they're above everybody. Yeah, because this is what Esau did. Put the woman above the man. She thinks she's more powerful than what she is, but she don't know in the near future you're gonna be lamenting for government assistance. It's gonna get harder. Okay, and you can't take out the mistakes you've did in your life and on other people when you're at work, when you have some form of authority. You take it out on other people. Okay.
It's crazy. I'm telling you. But to get sent home 2 days in a row, man, and I came in on my off day to make up my time, and she still sends me home early, it's not funny. Somebody gonna have to do something about that. It's not funny. It's not fair. It isn't funny.
Somebody gonna have to do something about that, man. She did something about that. And where she's going, hey, listen, she ain't got to worry about all this shit. Bills anymore. That's all paid for. Now you got housing, you got food, you got clothing. You can be as angry as you want to be in jail. That's what that's for. You can probably even go get a degree in some of these institutions. It's so foolish in there. That's that folly set in great dignity. This system is backwards. It's the only place where when you commit wickedness, you're rewarded. Jail's like a reward for wickedness, because out here, you got to struggle. You got to hustle. You can't lose your mind out here, because One mistake and you're in prison for the rest of your life.
Funny at all. So, you know, she could keep being a bully if she wants to, but that is going to catch up to her. Because it ain't funny at all. It ain't. Then one day she coming in there and talking about some, yeah, I broke my door in half and I had to pull my gun out on my kids and this and that. Well, you know, telling us that, like, the you telling us you pulled a gun out on your kids for? You sound like a psychopath. That's what I wanted to tell her. She was talking about some she blacked out. I'm like, yeah, you must have had blacked out if you pulled the gun out on your kids.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Imagine that.
Like, you know, like, I'm like, what the you telling me this for? Like, she think she's like trying to make it seem like that she big dog or some the about you telling me about you pulling the gun on a kid. I don't like that doesn't scare me. You know what I mean? That doesn't scare me. If she thought she was trying to intimidate me, that didn't intimidate me at all. I don't give a about her telling me about what the she did. You know, and maybe that's why they always fighting her to defend themselves. They probably felt like their life was threatened. The out of here with that.
Then I was watching.
Did you know solar companies in Massachusetts?
I was watching online. She had a filter of like Chucky or something. Fucking bugged out, man. Well, this is the times we living in. I'm gonna grab a couple precepts and close this up, man. But you gotta watch out, brothers and sisters out there, man. Be circumspect. Ephesians 5 verse 14. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. So now that we know that the days are evil, being circumspect, seeing these certain situations so you can move accordingly when you're dealing with people in certain situations, especially at these damn drive-thrus. If you risking your life pretty much when you're going into these fast food restaurants, man, because the quality of the food that they eat is so degraded. It's all chemicals. Okay. And Esau, he knows what chemicals are going to make you react the way you do. Colossians 4:5, walk in wisdom toward them that are without, redeeming the time, especially if you got this knowledge, man. These demons, they hate the light. You don't even have to be bringing out the word for you to possess the light. The demons know who is who. They'll use these other vessels to come up against you, and you got to use wisdom when you're dealing with them. And that's why it's important that we stay in these scriptures, because this is how we can stay grounded and navigate this place, man. This shadow of death. Romans 13:11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Okay, you got to put on that armor. Going into Ephesians the 6th chapter. But now it's high time to awake out of sleep. It's more important for you to know who you are in these last days than ever before. Okay, before it was all right to walk around proud to be black and all that shit's done with. You still thinking like that? That can be the reason why you getting shot in a drive-through at McDonald's. Galatians chapter 6 and verse 10. As we have therefore opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of faith. So you want to make sure you're being good. Okay, you don't know who was who. Well, people believe, and majority of the people believe that the so-called white man is God, man. So they're done. They're done, because that's what Esau. That's how he lost his blessing. Fast food, it's wicked. James 4 and verse 14. Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away. So this little time that you have on our earth, man, we should be glorifying the Lord. That's what we should be doing in our conversation, in our behavior, in how we treat ourselves. If you come into this truth and you still eat McDonald's, there's something wrong with you, man. The Lord ain't resonating with you. Okay. 1 Peter 4 and verse 1. For as much then as Hamashiach have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that have suffered in the flesh have ceased from sin. Sin is the transgression of the law, going to 1 John 3 and 4. that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of God. For the time past our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles, when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries. Yeah, so, we want to refrain from doing the things we did before we learned this truth. We should be getting better, especially with our health, especially what we put into our vessels, because we understand this vessel don't belong to us. And we understand we eating our food defiled, but we gotta choose the best of the worst. 1 Corinthians 7, verse 21, but 1 Corinthians 7:29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short, it remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not. Because look at the times that we're living in, man. She got 6 kids now. She's dead. That was probably their main provider. And what did she teach them? Oh, you don't need a man. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, this is a tragedy, but the Lord said in great number He gonna be taking people out. So this is just the beginning. 2 Corinthians 6:1. We then, as workers together with Him, beseech you also that ye receive not the grace of God in vain. For He saith, I have heard thee in a time accepted, and in the day of salvation have I succored thee. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. So you got to treat it as such. This is the time to be saved. Okay. This is that time. It's the book of Matthew 24, verse 42. Be ready for His coming. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. So you want to be ready and prepared for the Lord to come, and you can tell that the end is manifest, man, through these different judgments that are going out. He tells you in Matthew 24, the reason why these things happen is because of iniquity, which is sin. Matthew 24:12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And that's what you're seeing, love waxing cold. Okay, one thing after another, you being robbed from the government's robbing you, taking away this, that, and the third, and you taking it out on somebody else. Okay, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And that's psychotic when you look at that word cold. Unstable. This is the times we live in, man. A time of instability, not just economically, but spiritually. People don't know what the hell's going on. They don't know the word. Luke 16:8, and the Lord commended the unjust steward because he had done wisely, for the children of this world are in their generation wiser than the children of light. And I say unto you, make to yourselves friends of the mammon of unrighteousness, that when ye fail, they may receive you into everlasting habitations. I mean, yeah, the children of this world in this generation are wiser than the children of light because they know how to do things according to this world. But when it comes to do right with the Lord, they don't have any knowledge of that. Okay, so they seem to be wiser on how to prosper in this world, but how to prosper in the world to come, how to get through the straight gate, they ain't got it. Okay. They don't got what they need in order to make it through the time that we're going to be entering into in the near future, which is Jacob's trouble, which already started. These different unrighteous decrees that are going out are a sign that we're getting closer and closer to that great wrath that this devil's going to be bringing down on the nation of Israel, because he got a short time left. John 9 and verse 4, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man could work. That's why we're doing these videos. Because this is going to be a time where the famine of the words coming in. Everyone's going to be lust. Everyone's going to be, just the things that they already had. Whatever they're going to give into, whatever they believe in, that's what they're going to have to stand on. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, or the clouds return after the rain. So remember your creator in days of your youth. Right now, you should be learning about the Lord. Okay? Before the evil day, before the thermonuclear missiles, Jacob's trouble. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. So the grinders season because they are few. There ain't gonna be any jobs that you can put somebody to death for, anyways. If you knew that, you wouldn't have been putting your boss to death. And those that look out of the windows be darkened. And we already know it's already darkened for those who have this truth, but y'all think there's still a light at the end of this tunnel, and there's not. But closer and closer we get to the end, you're going to realize that. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 6, go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise. Yeah, the ant's always working because he knows that there's going to be a season where he can't do that work. So he's storing up the food to get past the winter. Okay. Which, having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer and gathereth her food in the harvest. So you should be doing the same thing by gathering this information and getting to know the Lord's will. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 5, he that gathereth in summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causeth shame. You don't want to, you sleeping in the wrong time. This is not the time to sleep. Okay, this is the time where we should be getting this word, filling up our cups so we can be sustained in the time of trouble. Proverbs 27:1. Boast not thyself of tomorrow, for thou knowest not what a day may bring forth. Yeah, you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So all we know is today. How are we going to get through the day today? In the Lord's will, the Lord sustains us for the day, our daily bread. Psalms 90:12. So teach us to number our days that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. And this is what we should be doing. Applying your hearts unto wisdom is receiving this knowledge, getting it, looking for it, striving for righteousness. Ecclesiastes 9:10. Whatever your hand finds to do, whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. Now you can't serve the Lord in the grave, man. This was the time for you to do it. Okay, you should have been doing that now. Psalms 37, verse 19. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine they shall be satisfied. Okay, the elect, they're gonna be satisfied. Psalms 37:20. But the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke, shall they consume away. And that's the judgment of Esau, Edom, but it's going to happen to 2/3 of you too. Because you ain't listening to the words and you want to follow Esau, Edom. You don't want to hear the words of the Lord. It's not resonating with you, what you're going to pay for. Ecclesiastes 11:1. Cast thy bread upon the waters, for thou shalt find it after many days. Give a portion to 7 and also to 8, for thou knowest not what evil shall be upon the earth. So let's look into this. Ecclesiastes 11. We're supposed to know this. Ecclesiastes 11:1, which states, cast your bread upon the waters, for after many days you will find it again, is a proverb encouraging generosity and faith in God's provision, even when the outcome seems uncertain. It suggests that acts of kindness, charitable giving, or even taking calculated risks will eventually lead to positive results, though the timing and form of those results may not be immediately apparent. Cast your bread upon the waters. This is a metaphor for giving freely and generously, even when it seems like you might not get anything back. Yeah, you throwing bread on the water, man. It's like you could have ate that bread, man. Form of charity. But investing in this truth is there's gonna be a benefit to it. Okay, spending the time to get to know the Lord is a benefit to it. Let's see the next one. Ecclesiastes 11:2 encourages diversification and generosity, suggesting that one should not put all their resources or efforts into a single venture. Yeah, definitely don't invest in this world, man. Diversify and take out of that world and invest in the Lord. The verse uses the number 7 and 8 metaphorically to represent a wide range of endeavors. This implies that instead of focusing solely on one investment or project, one should spread their resources to minimize risk. If one venture fails, the others may still succeed. Yeah, so put yourself in a position to succeed with the Lord, because all these different business ventures, all that shit's gonna come to an end. You should put, but we don't know the time and hour of the Lord, but we want to make sure that we're at least invested in the Lord a significant amount of our time. But we got to be in the world, but not abusing the world, so to speak. Okay, we definitely need to be redeeming the times and seeing that you can't be fully invested in this world, because it's gonna make you crash out, because this world's gonna disappoint you. Okay, you need some stability, and that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the times. Let me end it on that. That's what we need. We need to be standing on Yahweh Shai, because this world is going to disappoint you if you standing on something else. Isaiah 33 and verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. And I'm going to end it right there. Lord's will, that was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash.